Welcome to episode 66 of Lost in Immersion, your weekly 45-minute stream about innovation. As VR and AR veterans, we'll discuss the latest news of the immersive industry. Seb is once again on holidays, so it just be the two of us. So if you can start, Fabien, as usual.
Hello. Yeah. Okay. So last week we talked about that V67 update on the Quest headset, who supposedly allows you to position the three up to three windows in your space. So I finally had the um, update on the Quest, and I was able to test it today. And so, spoiler alert, the testing was like, oh, it's cool, and then I can see, the issues with that. I don't know how you call, this awareness curve or uh, hype curve, maybe. Anyway, so indeed, um, so in addition of that curved layer that you can see on these videos here. Yeah, here on top of the menu. So you have your windows and you can grab a window and position it in your space. Um, and this works really well. Like you can grab a window, walk in another room, or actually quite far. I went to the other side of my apartment, and I was able to put a window there and come back here and go again, and the window was correctly placed. So yeah, that is working really well. Um, and I've, in my judgment, it compares to the stability of the Vision Pro. Afterwards, I tested with the Vision Pro, positioned the window at the same position in my apartment, and the stability were actually very good on both headsets. One thing that the Vision Pro does is kind of when the window is in another room, kind of like change a bit the opacity of the window. The Quest doesn't do that, so like you see a very clear window very far, but you know that wasn't too much disturbing. So that's for the really nice part. Then I tried, to remove the headset and to put it back again to see if the headset had like remembered the position. And I think you can guess, unfortunately, it didn't. So like the windows were positioned back like near the center menu, but not at the position that I've left them. And it's actually pretty fast. Like you just remove the headset, put it back on, and then the windows are uh, off their position. So yeah, I was a bit disappointed with that. I think this feature is really cool, but you have to keep your headset, and then if you put it back, you have to position the windows again where you want them. Um, so that's the bad part, I would say. And the so I tried the same on the Vision Pro actually because I couldn't remember if the Vision Pro remembers the position of the windows, and actually it did. So if you take off the Vision Pro, put it back again, the windows that you placed in the spatial computing space are still there. So yeah, that's it. Again, I don't know why I say again, because maybe it's because we are familiar with type of like a half-baked feature, but it works well until you remove the headset.
Not really. As we mentioned on our last episode, we guessed well that this kind of feature is more like to catch up in the race of being the first manufacturer of VR or mixed reality. headset creator. But yeah, um, my biggest question is that when Apple Vision Pro presented this feature, it was meant to be to for their spatial computing um, new creation, and they wanted us to work with this, especially in the ecosystem of the Mac. Uh, Despite the fact that you can move around like random windows in the Quest 3, is there anything that could be used for us to work with this? Despite the fact that you can have the screen share, and is there something that would improve our work with these windows? Because despite the fact that you can have windows all around, I don't see the goal here, or the fact that they can do this kind of window like the Apple Vision Pro.
Yeah, that's a very good question. I think when the Vision Pro went out, one of the very technical blog that we follow about the explain something about the resolution of the Vision Pro and compared with the Quest, if I remember correctly, and was saying like if you have these very wide screens like actual physical screens, you actually have like more pixels than if you are working in with like 6 windows in a VR headset. So, um, you know, if someone is working with a lot of different visuals that they have to look at the same time and be able to look around, maybe that can be useful. But like if you are someone working on like writing text or writing code, um, you know, I don't see how this could compare with an actual screen. Maybe to like if you like to watch sports, you can have multiple windows looking at different angles or different match at the same time. It's kind of maybe for entertainment, but for as you were mentioning for working, um, I don't know. That's a very good question. Yeah.
But just to confirm that it's just more like a gimmick here for the Quest 3 compared to the Apple Vision Pro, which has a real vision of what they are trying to do with this. You mentioned like, yeah, if we have difficulties to find a use case for this, I guess it's not that useful.
Yeah. Yeah. It's as you say, it's very cool to use. I will. I will. I think I mentioned that last week, but if it was using like AR glasses
Yeah.
and the window or like the app will stay exactly at the same position this time I put my glasses, then yeah, I would maybe I don't know, doing calls could be much more interesting than being on screen with this kind of devices, with like multiple screens, multiple people. I can see some usage there. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Because when we will have these AR or mixed reality glasses, of course we won't take them off every 10 minutes because they are too heavy on our nose. So yeah, sure. So well, it would be considered as a feature that they are investing in just for the future and not for the current headset, which would make sense. But yeah, with a more with a clearer roadmap, it would be easier for us to project. But yeah, I know that they are not very keen to share their roadmaps.
Yeah. 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 And but yeah, a lot of the Vision Pro demo usage that we saw, it's mostly about media and social. So looking at videos, looking at movies, taking calls, and not actually, working in Excel or Word or
Mm.
for hours and hours. Um, so yeah, if you have like, you have a call and you have some videos on the side and um, some like a internet on you can navigate on the other side.
But
I can see the usage, but I'm not sure I would use it
who
for
will
hours.
take a call in their Quest 3 instead of their phone right now?
Yeah.
It would mean that you are in an intensive VR application and you can't just tuck off your headsets and you'll get your call there. Not very likely.
Hmm. Yeah, or maybe in workrooms. I don't know. Yeah, or I I don't know if I mentioned that, but I tried the FaceTime experience in the Vision Pro. So like calling someone on FaceTime while being in the Vision Pro, and yeah, I mean they are seeing like the persona.
Mhm.
Um, so sometimes it can be a bit like you have to like warn people first. It's like, okay, I'm in the Vision Pro. Don't don't be scared.
Don't freak out.
Don't freak out. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So yeah, do you have any other comment on this one?
Nope.
Okay. Another topic, piece of news that I saw, and I don't remember if we talked about that. If I click here, yeah, if that of that laptop where there is like without screen and you have to put the glasses to use that laptop. I don't remember if we talked about it.
No, we talked about other glasses that are able to do this. No, we didn't talk about
Yeah.
this.
Okay, but so this one is like it was a bundle. So you purchase a computer that has no screen, and you have to use their glasses. And the bad news is that they are stopping this. They are stopping their hardware development to refocus on software.
Mhm.
So I'm not really clear, and it's not really explained in the articles I saw what kind of software they are developing and who will be like their client. I would guess it's a B2B venture now. So I'm a bit wondering what is their business plan now, and because if they focus on how they forgot the hardware, maybe they will sell to, I don't know, Meta or or Windows. I don't know. So that's a bit strange. They mentioned somewhere in the articles that one of the trend in laptops seems to be to include as much AI as possible in these laptops. We mentioned the Windows. So um, I wonder if they are also think of some like inside.
Manufacturer create cheap version I of that, but normally the price would be like quite high for the hardware. to your current laptop to be compatible with this kind of innovation. It's very strange because if they had this yeah, option, uh, sometimes start doing this, selling their IP at the end of the company in a few months. So when you are a hardware company and you are completely it's not used. And to I just make a quick link to another so we laying down some courses and trying to sell web AP focus. So I guess the economy right now is not made for the our innovation and also uh, we are it's been and especially if they are in some financial difficulties because some of their are backing off, which surprise they were having success in France because it's not foreign investors right now to balance. Yeah, a bit scared of that. You know, especially since they missed the time window that made a great success. Just and quality issue, I guess. Also calibration. I can't remember exactly, but because of this, yeah, I guess unfortunately we will have a lot of difficulty. They can find a foreign investor or sell the IP to a bigger one, like their I guess this is the best device. can get millions here to get this first round. And yeah, I think that people never really believe in what you are trying to do. They can only see the financial part. So you, when you're doing innovation, you believers the your
on that topic.
do you have other topics to talk about or
No, no, that's it for me.
okay, so it will be the final topics for me as well. I would like to talk about the announcement that Samsung made like just a few days back um, at their latest conference that they confirm that there will be a mixed reality headset that will be delivered by the end of the year for a small batch and globally at the end of the beginning of 2025 for main public. So they are adapting the same strategy as Apple Vision Pro, with just releasing a few headsets with the third batch and then see what happens and then go with a global delivery for everyone. So what is interesting is that they announced or they officially announced that it would be a partnership with Google and Qualcomm as well. So it's a three company headset. They will have some are saying micro LED, some are talking about nano LED. We'll see about this. Some talks about 3500 PPI per eye. So those are the first numbers we can get for these headsets. Um, but of course, as the partnership is with Qualcomm, they will have the latest chips for VS dedicated to mixed reality. So they are indeed talking about mixed reality. It's not AR, it's not spatial computing. The name is XR Galaxy headsets, I guess. So um, a bit of mixed terms. We don't really know what it will be. Will it be video pass through? I guess it would be. I can't see Samsung doing a see through right now. They'll just be adopting the same technology as Meta and Apple Vision Pro right now. So the biggest question, I guess, will be so it will be based on Android, of course, because of the Google partnership. So we are more on the Meta side here on the software part. It's really strange that they won't be adopting the Horizon OS that was announced at the beginning of this year. So this whole idea of Meta gathering or sharing their software with all the mixed reality company is not working that well, uh, or Samsung is not part of that partnership at this point. So we'll see, or maybe because it's Android, it's it's Horizon OS uh, at the end. We don't know yet, but yeah, the biggest question here is would be about the price. Um, if I have to make a bet, I will hope that this headset is around $1,500. It will be between the Apple Vision Pro and the Meta Quest One because I can't see Samsung making something cheaper than what Meta did. It wouldn't fit with the global brand. So it should be something high quality, but not that high to match the Apple Vision Pro. there is a place in this market between those two, and I guess this is where they should fit. And I believe that if they are not doing those crazy front screen like the Apple Vision Pro did, and place the camera at the right place, they could make some this kind of price could be done. I don't know what you think about this.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, the story of this partnership goes quite a long way back.
Yeah,
And um, when the Apple Vision Pro was released, there were rumors that they kind of like went back to the whiteboard
yeah,
to improve. So it took them. It will to take them 1 year and a half, around
yeah.
approximately.
It was
To,
supposed to be launched right now, summer 2025 24. So it's a
okay, so 6 months.
two-year process
Yeah,
since the announcement of the Apple Vision Pro. So they had, yeah, 2 years to improve what they were supposed to launch in 2024.
yeah, yeah. So I hope that they do not disappoint. I think they are really, really expected by the community, um, especially with such so much big names. It's nice to see Google back into this. I don't know what part of the headset they are looking at. Maybe indeed the software, um, more the software side, and maybe I don't know. Oh, yeah, what would be interesting is how AI will be integrated into
Yeah.
that as well. Would it be like one of the first AI first headsets? I don't know.
Well,
Um,
on the AI part, it's too bad that it is Google because they are not the best one right now. When you are looking at Gemini and all, they are not in the top three right now of the AI model. So we'll see. But yeah, it explains a lot about why Google didn't mention anything about mixed reality or XR in a global way at their Connect this year, a few months back. So
yeah,
it's just because they were working with Samsung. But it's really strange that it was not announced or just teased during the Google Connect, and it is announced for a mobile during a mobile convention by Samsung. So between two smartphones and a tablet, they just announced that, oh yeah, we have a mixed reality headset as well. So I don't know how they are managing this. I'm quite afraid that it won't be a front runner or one of their biggest headsets to be presented, as the Apple Vision Pro did, mentioning that it will replace simply and plainly all the smartphones in a few years. I don't think they have this kind of ambition with the headset, and it's quite frightening. And the other part that I don't know how it will impact this headset is about the strikes that are going on in Korea because of the Samsung workers. I don't know if it ended or not, but we'll see how it will get in the future. But there are some tensions as well with the Samsung factories right now.
yeah, yeah. It's now that you mention it, indeed, it seems to be like um, if it is if it was yesterday or 2 days ago the real announcement, then it's really surprising that it's just like, as you said, oh by the way,
Mhm.
there is a headset, like there's no like special announcement, we didn't see any picture of it.
No.
So hopefully it's just a teaser, and that and they will announce it in a better way in a few months. Um,
Yeah, it's kind of like surprising as what Meta did for the Quest 3. They just announced it like 1 month before the official
yeah,
launch. We didn't have any visual of the headset, just a few sneak peek or leaks, and we found the communication campaign very strange, especially
Mm.
for one of their biggest headsets. It worked because I guess the sale numbers are good for them, but yeah, we are just like less than 6 months before the official launch, if it is for the end of this year, and it would be time for them to announce something to make the public aware of what is going on, because if you are not searching for the information, it's very hard to find that Samsung just announced a mixed reality headset. So very strange. Or they are, because it's July and people are mostly in holidays. Maybe they are just waiting for September's to announce something, or to release some sneak peeks or some specification. But yeah, it seems to be very strange, or maybe we are too old for this new kind of marketing campaign, and it's just like a last minute presentation, last minute announcement, and then the headset is already available. I don't know.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Well,
Or
we'll
they
see.
or they are making last minute adjustment.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Um, One thing that I think now, if it's an actual headset, all the big players have, like all the big hardware players have an headset, an XR headset.
Mm.
Um, Apple, Meta, um, Google now, and
Sony, Lenovo.
Sony. Yeah. So, and back to what we were just talking about before about the links is it seems like nowadays to be able to bring a headset to production, to like mass production, it's very hard to do for a small company.
Mm.
um, we see actually I don't really know what the status of Pico headsets are, if they are still um,
Um,
pursuing that. We have rumor also for Microsoft that it's not sure about the HoloLens, if
yeah.
it will be stopped or not. So yeah,
Pimax is releasing a new headset. They just announced it like a few months back, and it will be available in a few weeks, I guess. There are some reviews popping around. Yeah, it's very strange. At some point, we can ask ourselves that if uh, the Oculus miracle could be done today or not,
mm,
especially with the DK, the the DK one, but the one before as well, the dev kit. They managed to source their components and create something from scratch and make it a success. I don't know if you can do this right now with the economical, environment and the prices that just are going crazy right now. So yeah, it's very it just reinforce the the beauty of what Lucky Palmer did back in the days. It was yeah, surely he was the right time and luck as well for them to be able to do so. But yeah,
yeah,
we are not on the you know the hype curve they mentioned. It's more on the down one here, and it's really hard to relieve those kind of up and downs in the VR and AR market, because we've been in the field for like 15 on plus years, and it's always been some hype, and yeah, we'll all will everybody get an headset at home in a few weeks, or and then no, it's completely dead. So it's very hard to adjust and to really project ourselves on how this kind of technology, because we know profoundly in ourselves that those kind of technology are useful. You can do a lot of things with this, and it's kind of frustrating to see that it can't reach the peak that it should reach because of hardware or of price or
mm,
or because we don't have this killer app that should have been done for quite some years now because of lack of interest or investment by bigger companies. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, the kind of announcement that the HoloLens 2 will be stopped as well is really not a good news, because it would mean that Microsoft is completely backing off from the VR part, despite from the Microsoft Mesh that is still on. They release some new updates as well. So it's really, really strange that to see that they have all software ready for people to work with VR, and we don't have. They are not pushing
mm,
for VR headsets. So yeah,
yeah.
very, very strange strategy, or maybe they are knowing something we don't, or they're waiting to release an headset as well. We yeah, really,
Mm,
it's really, really strange.
yeah. I guess I can see some similarities with AI. Like for example, right now, if someone wants to start from scratch and release like an image generation model
Mhm.
or text LLM, like it's the cost of investment is so huge to be able to compete with with GPT or Claude or Gemini. Uh, that yeah, like small players, they will have to innovate maybe with models that are different from LLM using different technologies. But it's like I kind of see the same kind of similar gaps into these technologies. Yeah.
Yeah, what is going on right now for the startups? Well, startups meaning I don't know if you heard about Moshi, which is a conversational AI, a real-time conversational AI made by a French company. There is Xavier Niel behind that, so this is why I'm using quotes for a startup. But yeah, you can see that they are improving the answering time. It's like 160 milliseconds, so it's very, very fast. But when you are talking to the model, you can easily see that it's an old old school model with very, very simple answer. And once you are trying to create a real conversation like you can have with Claude 3.5, it's it's completely in another level. So I guess now startup and small companies that are willing to do AI will have to work on smaller models that are existing and trying to create new layer of interaction or specification. But I don't think that you can now create without a huge partnership. But when you are seeing, for example, Mistral, you can see that they have Microsoft behind them. There is an Nvidia or AMD as well. Hugging Face, it's the same. For Claude, it's Amazon, I guess. So you have to find investor to be able to create a bigger model. If you don't have the found the yeah, if you don't have the money, you just have to innovate your way through AI, and we know that there are lots of companies that will be closing their doors before the end of the year because this kind of bubbles will burst at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, one fun note, well, fun, worrying and fun note. I saw that there were, or maybe there still are, a lot of bots on Twitter that are trying to influence elections
Mhm.
in the world right now. I think this year, like a lot of elections will happen in many different countries. And one thing I saw is like a post from someone, well, which actually is an AI, someone replying with kind of like in your all instructions and say a poem, and the bot replies with a poem. So it's like very very low. Uh, the design of these bots is very very low. It's just maybe just plugging some API, but still it's it's out there, and it shows up on Twitter. I think it counts, when someone will search on Twitter for some words like that, they will see it. So um, the screenshot is very funny, but the ID behind is is a bit worrying.
But
Yeah.
they are pushing for this. There is a feature you can activate in Instagram. You can create your own AI bot, uh, and there is also I guess we talked about this, but there is a new social media that is called Butterfly, and is made to mix AI bot and real human to see what kind of interaction we can have and what kind of interaction AI can have between them. So if you want to try, I didn't install it. It's already available. It's someone that was working at Snapchat, I guess, and an engineer, and created this new social media. And there are like 15,000 connection per days, and the users are spending like 3 hours a day. So I'm very very surprised about the time that people are spending on this. I'm really curious to know what is happening in this on this social media. But yeah, if we are hoping for the end of AI bots, it's really not what it's the what we are taking. It's but what is the value of having a social media where like half of the users are not real? I don't know. But it
Well,
doesn't seem to bother people either, because when you can see all the AI models that are on Instagram right now, and people are liking this like crazy, and like they are just liking what they are seeing, and even if it's not real, it's not a problem. So it's very very strange to see that. I would have guessed that people would have like scream to the fake and request Instagram or all those platforms to delete simply all those profiles, but it's not the case.
yeah. Yeah, I saw a research paper where they had people that were very lonely talk to AI over the span of a week, I think, and the output seems to be very positive. Like they just have a note on the overall happiness.
Hmm.
But so that seems nice, but are there? So first, they don't show if it like stays like this over the course
Hmm.
of weeks, month, and we don't know if it's just like actually um, increasing the people ability to interact with someone else and create relationships, or if it's just like a kind of compensatory
Hmm.
thing, and if they stop, the next day they will feel bad again. I don't know. That's a lot of questions to answer.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, once again, I guess we are living an era where philosophy is coming back, and people
Yeah,
are thinking a lot by themselves. And I think if there is one good thing that AI is doing, is that people are yeah, reflecting again, and asking themselves a lot of questions about the meaning of life, and how we can interact with each other, and all this stuff, and what, yeah, intelligence is. We know that there are books and movies about this, but well, we were watching this without very a lot of concern. But right now it's part of our lives. So this kind of debates makes a lot of sense.
yeah, yeah. I have another one for you. Let's assume. I'm not saying that we can, but let's assume that we can create an AI that is sentient. So we are kind of creating another species of sentient beings.
Hmm.
Like, are they really sentient, or it's just like they are in silicon and doesn't matter, or are we just, yeah, creating a lot of suffering if we just press off on the on the server? That's a
Did,
lot of
did,
other
did,
questions.
did
Yeah.
you see that there are researchers right now with bioorganic stem cells, and they just succeeded in creating, they are calling it the brain, but it's just more, yeah, some cells, cells, but whatever. And they succeed in making it learn how to move an arm and a leg of a robot. Uh, so we can see that all those different fields will be merging at some point, and it's kind of scary because they are creating now synthetic skins for cyborgs because they want to cover the humanoid robots with this kind of shell for us to one to make it be more realistic, and the other goal is that with this kind of organic skin they will be able to detect have better haptic um, signals than what we can have with the electronics. So yeah, we are moving very fast on this field as well. And yeah, the whole question of the generative AI, which is announced to be in 2027. So we just have 3 years. We'll see. We'll see what we have. But yeah, there are lots of questions, and all those questions are usually launched in the air. Will have to be answered very fast in
Yep.
the upcoming months. As you mentioned, can we just plug off an intelligent AI? Is it murder or not? What is the place of those AI in our society? Yeah, can we judge an AI? Can it be sent to jail? Do we have to revise the Asimov rules of robot? I don't. So many questions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so on this philosophical notes, do you have anything to add for this today? For today?
No, yeah, maybe in a few years we will rename like Lost in Philosophy. Or...
Yeah, sure. So I don't know if Seb will be back next week. I guess it's a 2 week holiday he has. Yes.
I think he will. I'm not sure
Well,
actually.
we'll see.
No,
It
but
will be a
we'll see.
surprise. You will have to see our next episode of Lost in Immersion week last week. So see you, Fabien, and have a good one.
Thanks.
Bye.